Hello there. Welcome back to Mindful Musings. I'm Dee Dee, your host. It is Saturday, December 13th, and I just wanted to pop on real quick because I really got a strong nudge to come sit here and be with you for just a few minutes to say hello. And yeah, this for me, it's just been a very sweet day. If you saw my video from, was it yesterday or whatever, it was the whole thing about the basement flooding, the water heater breaking out at the seams and just getting flooded. And we had a property restoration company come and extract the water and fans on. And it's, they just came today to remove all the equipment. And first of all, the quiet is so wonderful. Because there were 9 fans going on, and even though they were in the basement, the air vents and everything, it was just a constant whirring, and not necessarily white noise, more like, what's going on? And to have the quiet and the stillness, just really reminds me to encourage you to shut off the noise, all the distractions, the static, the that maybe you don't even know. And as I did that, it was like, the storm that's brewing all around us, that we've gotten so tone deaf to, we don't hear it anymore, but it's humming in the background, and sometimes it gets louder, and it messes with our energetic field, messes with the way we feel, how grounded we may feel, how alert, how positive. That constant noise that is going on serves as a distraction and keeps you from finding the stillness and the quiet. And don't be afraid of silence. We don't get enough silence, and especially this time of year, it really is important for our well-being and our evolution, our ascension, to find, cultivate, and sit in silence. If you feel like chanting, if there's a mantra, you can do that to assist with stilling the mind, but just sit. No agenda, no trying to control anything. Don't try and control your thoughts or mind. Simply sit, allow, and just be with the energy. Be with yourself. Be with your breath to find your stillness and to be comfortable in the stillness. Especially at this time of year, if you are one that is active during the holidays, and I know when I was working management in retail, it was chaotic, and I really kind of ended up not liking the holidays for a long time. It can be challenging to turn off all of that stimulation And it can be challenging to simply allow yourself to be present without doing anything, without figuring something out, without planning something. There's all this external shoulds. Some of it from others, some of it, a lot of it self-imposed. I would encourage you, if this sounds like, oh yeah, I do that, no judgment. No, just be amused. We all fall into these different traps of the 3D world. Just take time. And it only has to take, 30 seconds, a minute to check in with yourself. To simply breathe. To become aware of your breath, to touch your heart, to reflect on something you are grateful for, to reflect on the joy, just to bring you present. Because we all, come into a calm place, quiet place, nice, higher vibing, and we all go and, oh yeah, I'm vibing here, and then suddenly goes, check back, bring yourself back to center. And it doesn't take a long time. It just takes doing it to actually care about your well-being. To say, I deserve to have my quiet, my sanctuary, my stillness, so I can check in with myself, with my higher self, with my spirit team, with my angels, my heart. To be present. When you are present, that allows you to be able to see what's going on without getting sucked into it. But anyway, that has just been one of the more profound, I call it profound, at least for me, that has allowed me to be in a very gentle place after all this upheaval and noise and distraction going on in the basement with water. Yeah, doesn't take a rocket scientist to go, stuff going on, let's go with the flow, or whether it's matching Mother Earth, but the purging, because water helps with the flow, it helps to cleanse. And at this time, whether, the energies theoretically are very much supportive of the term ancient purging happening for the earth and for us. And so the energies are supporting that, and to just allow it. You may feel tender, you may feel nostalgic, you may feel anxious, you may feel nothing. I love it, because I so related. Someone commented, I don't feel anything on this portal. What? I very rarely do too, I just had to laugh because I went, yeah, I know. We each have our own experience, and we may be feeling on a more subtle level. So just toss away any expectations you have on how ascension looks to you, on how checking in with yourself looks for you. And during this time, and again, theoretically, I've read 7 days, I've read 10 days, basically till the solstice, is that the energies that are supporting all of this bubbling up of the old, that which has been repressed, the old emotions, the old limiting beliefs, the old programming. This is on an individual basis and a collective. So Yeah, more stuff is to be revealed, and it's how we respond to it. And when it comes to terms for our own, to breathe. There's no need to resist. As an emotion comes up, allow it. Find the gift. Because also the beauty of this energy is that it's supporting us and doing it really quickly. Like noticing it and then it's gone. Another wave comes and it's gone. From my understanding, that is what the energy is assisting us in doing this. This is like the final purge before year end and the incredible new year. I mean, this is a 9-year of completions. The new year will be a 1 year of initiations and beginnings. And so the energies are supporting this. And again, what came to me is things like astrology or reading the energy, stuff like that. It's not, this is going to happen or you should be feeling that. This is more of it's set. I can't think of the right words, but the scene is set for this. We still have free will. It may or may not may or may not transpire the way you think it's going to. Probably not, because we're limited in the way we perceive things. But remember, it's astrology and energy reads, simply guideposts, simply markers, simply like, okay, well, this is the energy that's happening here. It's to help prepare us to go, because if something does happen that matches that, you go, yeah, that works. So we're not just so blindsided. That's the beauty of it. It's not to say, well, and when it squares this and when it does this, well, then this happens. It's not to program you or program us into that happening, because that doesn't, that's not free will. It's to say the potential is there for this to happen. So, just prepare yourself energetically, mentally, emotionally, not out of fear, but just like, grounded, extra grounded is imperative during this time until the solstice. Well, always. Grounding, always. There's no way around it. So anyway, I've just kind of gone on a kind of a little tangent, haven't I? But anyway, the energies are supporting us in releasing the old. And it can be a very tender process. Be gentle with yourselves. It could also be very explosive too. That all of a sudden you just are like, that's all right. Just make sure you take care of yourself. You stay hydrated. You nurture. And you please avoid resisting, because resisting creates blocks. And this is about allowing it and releasing. Remember those words, allow. We can visualize and we can set intentions and we can do that all day long. But if we're not in a place of allowance, we're kind of hitting our head against a wall. So get grounded, center of your head, cosmic, earth, combined energies, breathing, and be in a state of flow and allowance, observing from that place of sacred neutrality, sacred witnessing. Most of all, that's what keeps coming in, is there's no rights or wrongs on this journey of what you experience, because we all are on different paths. We're all going to experience different things, and it's not a competition and comparison. Remember, that's all egoic. That's 3D world egoic. We experience what we experience. What's important is that we are gentle and authentic and true to ourselves. Intention for the highest and greatest good, highest timeline. Is that making any sense? Anyway, in case you don't know me, I'm Dee Dee, and sound bowl practitioner, energy alchemist, intuitive, and I've just for over a year I have been, from the instructions from my spirit team, I've been doing this YouTube channel, and it's mostly really just a stream of consciousness of what is present, and to connect heart to heart, to assist us all in knowing we are not alone as we are on this journey to authenticity, to ourselves, to our highest selves, the ascension process. And it looks different for each person. Yet we can all come together in community and assist each other and just love each other, hold space. And that's what this channel is. And basically it looks like the stream of consciousness, and then I'll go over and probably grab an oracle card to see if there's more information from my spirit team. But yeah, like I said, it's really been quite an interesting process, shall I say. One of the things I was just doing, I was down obviously in the basement, and because now that it is, the fans are gone, it's quiet, and I just went and I sat. I pulled up a chair and just sat, all the rugs are gone, everything's, it's an unfinished basement, so it's not beautiful anyway. And calm came over me, and thank you. Wow. Okay, I'm getting a little verklempt here. There's kind of a very mini example of destruction, of how the cleansing, the purging happens, and it is not pretty. And it's how we respond to it, how we relate to the issue is the issue. And that allowing and being gentle with ourselves as the destruction, as the purging happens, allowing it to happen, and then sitting in the stillness and in the quiet of the aftermath, surveying what just transpired with a lot of hope and love of the possibilities of what to create now. And yet not feeling like I have to go do something. That my modus operandi in the past has been, I have to do, okay, this happened, now I've got to go down and clean it all up and reorganize and blah, blah, blah. And it's like I have this mental checklist. Thank you for being, that's being a retail manager, and was my natural skill set, of just doing that, always pre-planning. That isn't happening. It's organic, and it's sitting with it and letting the space communicate. That is what we're doing as a collective right now. It is, the purge is happening. This old shit is coming up. And that's what I did when I was down there, just a very small corner, which was like my corner that, 10, 15 years ago, I used to do some teaching down in the basement, very sacred, And that was my little corner, but just like what happens on the earth and in our life, we have this sacred space, and then all of this junk just gets piled on top, and it gets hidden, although it's still there. And I just spent, time uncovering and allowing myself to release and to purge that which no longer fits. And it's been a really wonderful experience. And again, this is just a small little corner. Yet I was amazed at what I had, collages I had put on on my basement walls, because it was where we would dance, and I was doing raindrop therapy, with Young Living and stuff like that. That the literature that I had written, and I have a card from someone who was very, very dear to me. Is dated back in 1993. Very dear man had given me a card. It was beautiful, and on it is a picture of Amma, blessed by Amma. And I've always cherished that, and cherished the sentiment and the love. And just looking at that and rereading that, going, holy crud, this is amazing. And over 20 years ago, back when I was in California, I created this whole program. It was called the Authentic Journey, and I had sand dollars that I had painted and created as a mandala and was giving out. And I was rereading what I had written about that. Holy crud. I mean, obviously I didn't read it. I write it. It was channeled. But it's exactly what we're doing now. It's just so reaffirming and validating that this has been my journey forever. It's the whole thing that it was writing was the mandala, and coming back to center, coming back home to center, to your authentic, true self. Boom! I mean, yeah, I remember that I did that, but I didn't remember that channeled information being so clear. And it brought me to my heart, and a real acknowledgement and awareness that, yeah, this is the journey we're on. It hasn't changed. The journey, I mean, the paths we've taken has changed, but the journey of coming home to ourselves doesn't. It remains. And I just thought, wow, that is beautiful. And we are all on this journey. We are all walking each other home. And I just thought that was beautiful. Thank you for allowing me to share that. But it's still something very present with me. And actually, what was just coming in is a sense of, oh, yeah, living it now, not searching for it like I was when I was channeling all that and writing it, but actually living it now. And that is where we are all headed, to actually living our authentic life. And to take time to really acknowledge yourself for how far you have come. This hasn't been an easy journey. There have been parts of it that have been super easy, and some parts are super fun, and some parts are you just think that it's going to break you and you're never going to get up. But you got up. I got up. And we still are walking our path. And we are lifting others with us. We are shining our light. And we are doing a great job. So if you haven't looked in the mirror lately and told yourself how wonderful you are, how great you are doing, even if you don't feel like it, please tell yourself that, because you are. We all have our times of ups and downs, and times when we feel more peaceful and in alignment, times when we're not, and that's just part of the journey. But you are doing a fantastic job being this wonderful light being that you are, this gentle spirit. So, well, okay, I'm gonna see if what are they, oracle cards, if my team has any more to say, to express. All right, for the highest, greatest good. Okay, I got to start over. Started with one, and then a couple of other went, ooh, 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 me. Like, how about Keepers of the Light with Kyle Gray? Any further messages on this day? Please remember to be gentle. Release those expectations. Allow yourself to go with the flow. And Yoda, there is no try. Just do. But instead of maybe do, just be. You don't have to seek. You don't have to find anything. We simply be. And the answer is inside. Always has been. I don't know if it always will be. I would imagine it is, but who knows as we progress what that is. Of course it will be, because we are consciousness. We are love. We are divine. The answers are not anything that we have to look for or seek. We just have to come back and be still and allow the guidance to show up in whatever form it shows up. Okay. Thank you. Dwal Dharma unfolding. Don't think there's anything more we probably have to say. Remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. Yeah. It's a path, it's a journey. There's no shoulds, there's no rights, no wrongs. We're all just little specks of energy, of light, and we're waving at each other and we're rooting each other on, and we just happen to be in these amazing physical bodies, these dense bodies. I'm chuckling because it's like there's like a parade, but there's not a parade because there really is no finish line. We just, we're raising our consciousness to the highest timeline, and it's a celebration, and it's filled with joy and with love and unconditional love and regard. And it's just, all it is one step at a time. mindful step, knowing when to step, tuning in, tune out all of that distraction, and tune in to the love and the joy and the light that you are. All right, I think I'm going to call that a video. Please remember to take care of yourselves. Get rest. When your body is tired, rest. When you are thirsty, when you feel dehydrated, hydrate. Ground. Grounding is of the utmost importance right now. Make sure you are grounded to the earth. As all of this information, as all the light codes and the new energies come in, we must be able to ground to the earth in order for our bodies, our light energy fields to assimilate, to get used to all the new energies. There is no right, there is no wrong way to be or to feel. You will experience whatever it is you experience. Just be gentle, non-judgmental. No comparisons to anyone else's journey, yet we can support each other. Be authentically you. Know how much you are loved and cherished. The legions of angels and celestial beings, they are all around, and they are going like that, celebrating us. Going, yeah, you truly are divine beings, and you are flourishing in this human experience. You're way ahead. Not that there was a timeline. Yeah, I keep going, yeah, but we're ahead of schedule. Maybe yes, maybe not. I don't know. That's that 3D world coming in. But we are what we are. And we're exactly where we are meant to be in this present moment. The divine in me cherishes the divine in you. So be it. Namaste.